Hello dear students, welcome back to online biology coaching classes for the competitive exam. And today in this video I am continuing the multiple choice questions on the topic plant kingdom, and I am going to discuss the questions appeared in previous competitive exams on the topic plant kingdom. So let us move to the question. The largest ovules, largest male and female gametes, and the largest plants are found among angiosperms, tree ferns, and some monocots, gymnosperms, and dicotyledonous plants. So, largest ovule, largest male and female gamete, and largest plant. All these are found in one group of the plants called gymnosperms, because in angiosperms some of them are the tallest plants, but they don't produce the largest male and female gametes. Largest flower is observed in the angiosperms. Monocots are not of large body. The plant body of the monocots is smaller. So dicots, some of them are larger plants, but largest ovule along with the male and female gametes and the largest plant. All these are the characters found in gymnosperms. So the answer, gymnosperms are referred as the naked seed bearing plants, the naked seed bearing vascular plants, because they contain xylem and phloem. Their seeds are naked because they are not enclosed in the ovary like that of angiosperms. Why the gymnosperms are called naked seeded plants? Because the ovules are not covered by the ovary. This group includes large trees like pines, conifers, cycads, and ginkgo. The reproductive structure of gymnosperms is strobili, also known as cone, which consists of an ovoid cylindrical or spherical cluster of sporophylls arranged around the central axis and much bigger in size than the small pollen and ovule of angiosperms. What it means? In case of gymnosperms, the spore producing structures are called cones. The micros the male cone is made up of microsporophyll, aggregation of the microsporophyll, and megasporophyll. It gives rise to the formation of the female cone. The size of the male and female gametes is much larger. The size of the ovule is much larger, and all these features together they are observed in the gymnosperms. Then moving to the next question. Which of the following is absent in the primary and secondary structure of stem of the pinus? The options given are sieve tubes, mucilage duct, companion cells, and phloem parenchyma. Which of the following is absent in the secondary structure, primary and secondary structure of stem of the pinus? The answer for this question is companion cell. Let me explain about the companion cell. What is companion cell? The phloem and xylem are the vascular elements. The xylem is water conducting tissue and the phloem is food conducting tissue. In angiosperms, the xylem and phloem are present. They are also present in the gymnosperms. That is why the gymnosperms are called vascular plants. Even though they contain xylem and phloem, even though the xylem and phloem are present in the gymnosperms, but there is some difference in the structure of xylem and phloem. Yes, let us know what is that difference. See, both xylem and phloem are made up of 4 cellular elements. Hence, the phloem is also called the complex tissue or complex permanent tissue. It is the vascular tissue. The phloem is present in both gymnosperms and angiosperms. The xylem and phloem are present in both gymnosperms and angiosperms. But in angiosperms, the phloem contains CO2. This is one component of the phloem. Then second one is companion cell. Then third one is phloem parenchyma, and the last component is phloem sclerenchyma. Whereas in case of gymnosperms, of course, sieve tube is present, phloem parenchyma is present, but phloem sclerenchyma is also present. Phloem sclerenchyma is also present, and companion cell is absent. Companion cell is absent, and instead of companion cell, albuminous cell is present in the phloem of gymnosperms. Instead of companion cell, the albuminous cell is present in the phloem of the gymnosperms, and this is the difference. Pinus is a member of gymnosperm, and as the gymnosperms do not contain the companion cell in their phloem, the secondary and primary structure of stem of the pinus, they are without companion cell. So the right answer for this question is option 3. Then moving to the next question. In ferns, meiosis occurs when spore germinate, gametes are formed, spores are formed, Entheridia and Archegonia are formed. If you remember the function of meiosis, what is the function of meiosis, or what is its significance, how it works? The meiosis is a type of cell division, and the meiosis occurs in the diploid cells. If the cell is diploid, having double set of chromosome, and this diploid cell undergoes meiosis. As a result, it produces the haploid structures. So the question asked here, in ferns, meiosis occur when? Whether it is taking place at the time of spore germination, or it is taking place at the time of gamete formation, or it is occurring at the time of spore formation, or it is occurring at the time of Entheridia and Archegonia formation. So in fern is a member of pteridophyte. The sperm is nothing but a member of pteridophyte, and in pteridophytes, the sporophyte is diploid. What is that sporophyte? Spore producing structure. So what I told, all the diploid cells, they undergo meiosis. The sporophyte undergoes here meiosis. So as a result, it is forming haploid structures called spores. Therefore, in pteridophytes, the meiosis is taking place at the time of spore formation, because diploid structures are converted into haploid structure, or from the diploid structure the haploid structures are formed. Therefore, the meiosis is taking place at the time of spore formation. Here the same answer is given, and this is the explanation for the importance of meiosis. Sporophyte is diploid structure, it undergoes meiosis and gives rise to the formation of haploid spores. Then moving to the next question. Spirogyra filaments increase in length due to division in basal cell, middle cells, rhizoidal cells, and all green cells. What is this Spirogyra? Spirogyra is a green algae in which The chloroplast is arranged in the form of network or spring-like structure, and in Spirogyra, length of the filament increases due to the division of all green cells. Here is the image of the Spirogyra, and in the image you can clearly see how the chloroplast is arranged. This is the arrangement of chloroplast. This is a nucleus and the cell is covered by cell wall. So Spirogyra is filamentous green algae, and as I told, it is named because of its spring-like or spiral-like chloroplast. Each cell of the filament features a large central vacuole, means every cell is having a vacuole within which the nucleus is suspended by fine strands of cytoplasm. That means the green central part, what you can observe in the picture, it is of nucleus, and that nucleus is suspended, means it is hanging within the vacuole with the help of cytoplasmic strands. Hence, Spirogyra filaments increase in the length due to the division of all green cells. Every green cell contains nucleus, and the length of Spirogyra filament is increased by the division of all the green cells of the Spirogyra. Then moving to the next one. Sex organs in Funaria develop. What is this Funaria? Funaria is a member of mosses, and mosses are belonging to the bryophytes. Where these sex organs develop in case of Funaria? Remember, in Funaria, the sex organs develop at the tip of gametophore. Funaria, as I told, it is a member of moss, and mosses are belonging to bryophytes. Therefore, the male sex organ is Antheridium and the female sex organ is Archegonium. So, in case of Funaria, how they appear? Here you can see the Antheridium, which is male sex organ, and this is the female sex organ, how they are growing or how they have developed in the Funaria at the tip of gametophyte. So this is the right answer for the question. Then moving to the next one. Algal zone is found in. The options are normal roots of cycas, normal roots of pinus, corolloid roots of cycas, and stem of cycas. The cycas is member of gymnosperm. It is belonging to the class Cycadopsida. The plant is dioecious in condition because the male and female cones are separately produced in two different or two independent plants, and in cycas, the corolloid root is characterized by the association with cyanobacteria, and commonly cyanobacteria are called blue-green algae. Therefore, the answer is corolloid root of cycas. This is the image of corolloid root, and the explanation for this question: algal zone consists of blue-green algae, and it is part of corolloid root, and corolloid roots are found in the cycas. Normal root system is present, but apart from those roots, the roots of the cycas in symbiotic association with the blue-green algae or the cyanobacteria, it forms a corolloid root. The relationship is mutual. What is the meaning of mutual relationship? The blue-green algae is getting benefit from the cycas, and in turn cycas is getting benefited by the blue-green algae, because blue-green algae are able to fix the atmospheric nitrogen. So nitrogen is supplied to the plant, and plant is providing the shelter as well as food to the cyanobacteria. Therefore, algal zone are found, or algal zone is found in the corolloid root of cycas. Then moving to the next question. Cycas and ginkgo are regarded as primitive gymnosperms. Both cycas and ginkgo biloba are regarded as primitive gymnosperms. What is the reason why they are called like that? They are lacking cones, they need water for fertilization, they are living fossils, they have ciliated sperms. The answer or the reason why the cycas and ginkgo are called the primitive gymnosperms. If you remember, I don't know whether you remember or not, actually in the previous video I discussed the same question. Which one is the living fossil among the giving examples? And the answer ginkgo, I told in the previous video, discussed in the previous video. And here the reason is why they are called primitive gymnosperms. Because they are living fossils. The cycads have the motile sperm when they share only with the ginkgo among the extinct gymnosperms. Already which gymnosperms have become extinct, that character is shared by cycas and ginkgo, and they are the living fossils. Therefore, the right answer for this question is option 3. So moving to the next question. The tallest plant is, the given options are sequoia, eucalyptus, pinus and casuarina. If you remember, it is the tallest gymnosperm and the answer is sequoia. This is the tallest gymnosperm and it is redwood. The commonly used name for this one is redwood, which tower above the ground in California. These trees can easily reach a height of 300 feet, that is 91 meters. Among the redwoods, tree named Hyperion dwarfs them all. That means among the group of these redwood plants, all of them are having maximum height, but this one Hyperion is the only dwarf member of redwood. That means its height is very less in comparison to other members of the redwood. The tree was discovered in 2006 and it is 379.7 feet, that is 115.7 meter tall. So comparison, the tree was discovered in 2006 and it is 379.7 feet. So this is the image of that redwood which represents the tallest plant in the world. Then moving to next question. Yes, cycas is monoecious, bisexual, dioecious, hermaphrodite. If you remember, just now only I told about this. Cycas is monoecious, bisexual, hermaphrodite or dioecious. Then what is the answer? So in cycas, male and female cones are produced by the two separate plants. So plant is referred as a male plant with the male cone and plant is referred as female plant with the female cone. When the male and female reproductive structures or the cones are produced in two separate plants, no doubt the cycas is described as dioecious. Here is the same explanation. Then this is the cycas with megasporophyll having the ovule, and this is the cycas with microsporophyll, that is male cone. These are the megasporophyll, much larger. The ovule can be seen very clearly, and this is the male cone aggregation of the microsporophyll. The female cone is aggregation of megasporophyll and microsporophyll gives rise to the formation of male cone. Both of them are produced in two separate plants, hence the cycas is called dioecious. Then moving to the next question. Algae are useful because Why the algae are considered to be so useful? Of course, there are many reasons. Algae is economically important. Most of the products are obtained from the algal members. Some algae are used as food material as they are rich in protein. Of course, all these are the true statements about algae. But what are the options given here? Algae are useful because they purify the atmosphere, they are large in number, they are used in fermentation, they are used to study respiration. If I say because of algae only the life forms started existing and originated on the earth, it might not be wrong, because when the temperature of the earth started reducing or when it cooled down, the algae developed in large quantity in the aquatic environment, and their photosynthesis is oxygenic. That means oxygen is liberated during the algal photosynthesis. That oxygen accumulated and led to the formation of ozone. Afterwards only many life forms evolved on the earth. So therefore the answer is algae are useful because they purify the atmosphere. As they are able to carry out the photosynthesis, they absorb the carbon dioxide and they release the oxygen. The absorption of the carbon dioxide reduces atmospheric pollution. Therefore, algae are useful as they are purifying the atmosphere. Then coming to the same thing explained here. Just you go through the point. Then moving to the next one. Which of the following is important characteristic of angiosperms? Presence of vessels, double fertilization, secondary growth, autotrophic nutrition. Among these four options, which one is the important characteristic feature of the angiosperms? If I talk about the presence of vessels, Neatum, if you remember the name, Neatum is a member of gymnosperm. Even though it is a gymnosperm, the xylem of the Neatum contains vessels, so that it is believed to be the angiosperms are evolved from the gymnosperms. The Neatum is a member of gymnosperm. Even though it is a gymnosperm, but in the Neatum, xylem contains vessels. Therefore, it is not the unique feature of angiosperm. Then secondary growth. Gymnosperms also show the secondary growth. Autotrophic nutrition. Algae are autotrophic in nature. Then other members of plant kingdom such as bryophyte, pteridophytes, gymnosperms are also autotrophic in nature. Autotrophic means able to synthesize its own food. When the same character is shown by other members, this is not the unique character. Then what is the unique character? Which one is the unique character for angiosperms? And the answer is double fertilization. What is that double fertilization? The pollen tube discharges two male gametes and one male gamete fuses with the egg, which is female gamete, and another male gamete fuses with the secondary nucleus. This is a double fertilization, and its product is a triploid structure called primary endosperm nucleus. The triploid structure produced as a result of double fertilization is nothing but, this is the question. The triploid structure which is produced as a result of double fertilization is primary endosperm nucleus, and finally from that primary endosperm nucleus a triploid endosperm develops. So double fertilization gives rise to the formation of the diploid zygote and triploid structure called the primary endosperm nucleus, which finally produces the endosperm. Then here some things I need to highlight. In angiosperms, double fertilization, which is unique angiosperm feature, it was first discovered by Navaschin in the year 1898 in Fritillaria and Lilium. These are the two plant species where Navaschin has studied the double fertilization, and the double fertilization products are diploid zygote and another is triploid structure called primary endosperm nucleus. But further, primary endosperm nucleus gives rise to the development of endosperm. Then moving to the next question. The nature of megasporophyll of cycas is similar to. If you remember the general characters of gymnosperms, this question can be easily answered. Megasporophyll, group of the megasporophyll in gymnosperms represent the female cone. Therefore, the megasporophylls, if we compare with the angiospermic flower, try to concentrate on the term what I am explaining. If the megasporophyll of cycas is compared with the flower, angiospermic flower, then the megasporophyll of cycas is similar to carpel, because carpel is the female reproductive part and carpel contains stigma, style and ovary. Inside the ovary, ovule is present. But in gymnosperms, the ovules are not covered by ovary wall, hence they are said to be naked seeded plants. So just remember, megasporophyll of the cycas is compared to that of the carpel in case of angiosperms. Then moving to the next question. Which of the following plants produces seeds but not a flower? Very interesting question this one. Among the given options, the four options are given here. Maize is there, mint is there, mint means pudina, mint is there, peepal tree is there, then pinus. Among these four examples, which one of the following plant produces seeds but not flowers? In which plant seeds are produced without flower? For the first time, the flower developed in case of angiosperms. And in angiosperms, the flower, maize is an angiosperm, mint is an angiosperm, peepal tree is also angiosperm. Then what about pinus? Pinus is gymnosperm, and in gymnosperms, of course, the seeds are produced but flowers are absent, and the answer for this question is option 4 and it is pinus. The same explanation is given here, just to go through the answer. Then next question. Sexual reproduction in Spirogyra is advanced feature because. So here I would like to go for the answer directly so that I can explain why this is the answer for the question. Physiologically different sex organs. In Spirogyra, sexual reproduction is considered to be advanced feature. Then why it is called advanced? Just to look at the image. Through the image only, the answer is very clear for this question. So have a look on this image. This is one Spirogyra filament. What is this? Male gametangium. And this one is the female Spirogyra. The male Spirogyra transfers its entire male gametangium into the female cell. So male cell is now completely empty, and in the female cell, the fusion between male and female nucleus occurs and it gives rise to the formation of zygospore. This is how the sexual reproduction occurs between two physiologically differentiated structures in case of Spirogyra. Therefore, the sexual reproduction in Spirogyra is said to be advanced type. Then, next question. Which one of the following pairs of plants are not seed producers? Very direct and simple question. Among the given options, which group of the plants are not producing the seeds? Funaria does not produce the seed, but in Pinus, it is a member of gymnosperm and it produces the naked seeds. Naked seeds are produced in Pinus. Funaria and ficus. Funaria is a member of moss. It is bryophyte and it does not produce the seeds. Of course, in fucus, the seeds, where is that question? Sorry. Seeds are produced. Ficus and Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas is member of angiosperm. Ficus is also member of angiosperm. But what is the question asked here? Which one of the following pairs of plants are not seed producers? They should not produce the seed. The answer is fern and funaria, because both of them are the bryopsidan members. Both of them are, fern is a pteridophyte and funaria is the bryophyte. Both of them are not producing the seeds. So the right answer for this question is option 2. Then moving to the next question. People recovering from long illness are often advised to include the alga spirulina in their diet. Just now you have studied about a few minutes back the study of spirulina having the spiral like chloroplast. Some people recovering from the illness, that means after recovering through some disease, are advised to include the alga spirulina in their diet, are advised to consume spirulina regularly in their diet. This is because they are rich in protein. Highest protein is found in the spirulina. It is commonly called single cell protein. The common name of spirulina is single cell protein. It increases the protein concentration in the body that helps to maintain other activities. Therefore, the plant's long illness, the algae which is advised to consume after the long illness is alga spirulina, because it is rich in the protein. So here you can see how much protein content is present in the spirulina, containing 40 to 50% crude protein in a dry weight, basis which under unfavorable conditions may reach up to 70%. Algae spirulina is the one of the richest sources of protein, containing 40 to 50% of crude protein, that is raw protein, on dry weight, basis of which under unfavorable conditions may reach up to 70%. So the algae which is used as dietary supplement, it is nothing but spirulina. It is available in all the metropolitan cities like Bombay, Chennai, Mumbai. All these places, or in all these places, you can get the spirulina powder or spirulina tablet. This is how the powder and tablet appear. Then moving to the next question. Algae used in space program is, what is the space program? Astronauts, they always visit the planets and they do the research. They are called the space riders. They are called astronauts, and the algae which is used by them in the space, it is nothing but chlorella. Chlorella is also a member of algae. The reason why it is used as the member or content of space rider or the space materials, chlorella is important algae and it contains 50% of the protein. 50% of the protein is present in the chlorella. Therefore, it is rich protein source. It can be consumed by the astronauts in the space. And here is the image of chlorella. Then moving to the next question. Funaria gametophyte is, what is the condition of Funaria gametophyte? Funaria is member of mosses. Of course, they are belonging to bryophytes. In Funaria, condition of gametophyte is monoecious and autoecious. Monoecious because the same thallus is bearing the two sex organs and on different branches, and it is autoecious. It is able to carry out all the work by itself, and it is the passing through all the stages. The individual passes through all the stages and it is single to handle entire process, hence it is called autoecious and monoecious. So moving to the next question. In Finaria, haploid structure is, which one is the haploid structure? Very easy to remember actually. Columella, capsula, seta. Columella and seta are the parts of capsule. So only one option left is protonema. The protonema in Finaria, it represents the haploid structure. Answer for this question is the Finaria. Finaria represents the haploid structure. Protonoma is the haploid structure produced in the Finaria. Then moving to the next question. Which of the following is an fatty oil yielding plant? Simple. Sunflower, acacia, botia and casuarina. The vanaspati ghee is obtained from sunflower. The different oils are obtained from the sunflower. So the oil yielding plant among the given options is option 1, it is sunflower. Then moving to the next question. Here the same explanation is given. Sunflower oil is an semi-drying oil obtained from the Helianthus annuus. Helianthus annuus is ಬಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಸನ್ಫ್ಲವರ್, ಅಥವಾ ಕನ್ನಡ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದಾದರೆ ಸೂರ್ಯಕಾಂತಿ ಹೂವು, ಸೂರ್ಯಪಾನ್ ಹೂವು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಆಡುಭಾಷೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಕಲಿತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಫೈಲಮ್ ಆಸ್ಟರೇಸಿ. ದ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫೈಲಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಟೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ 40 to 50% ಆಫ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್. ಆನ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇಟ್ yields vegetable, ghee and sunflower oil is used for the cooking and it is manufacturing of paints and soaps. Apart from it is used as a cooking oil, even this is found used in case of paints and soaps. So the answer is option 1. Then moving to the next question. Seaweeds are important sources of. What are these seaweeds? Thousands of macroscopic multicellular marine algae are together called seaweeds. It includes the rhodophysae members, it includes phaeophysae members and it includes chlorophysae members. Seaweeds are important source of iodine. Actually iodine content is less in the sea water. They are able to absorb or they are able to maintain the iodine content in the body. Therefore seaweeds are important source of iodine. Then moving to next question. Which of the following is or are grouped under phanerogams? Cryptogams and phanerogams. The cryptogams and phanerogams, the given options: angiosperms, gymnosperms, pteridophytes, both 1 and 2. And the right answer for this question is both 1 and 2. In angiosperms as well as in gymnosperms, the seeds are produced and these seeds remain naked in case of gymnosperms, whereas they are present within the fruit in case of angiosperms. But seed producing, seed bearing plants, both of them are included under the phanerogams. Then moving to the next question. Tallest angiosperm is, previously it is a tallest plant, but now the question is with reference to tallest angiosperm is. The tallest angiosperm in the given option, if the question is only tallest plant is, the answer redwood, but here the specification is given with respect to the question tallest angiosperm is asked and the answer is eucalyptus. Eucalyptus regnans, it is growing in the Australian, it is also called Australian mountain ash. The world's tallest angiosperm is currently an individual of Australian ash, swamp gum, or Eucalyptus regnans, biological name known as centurion. This is the tallest angiosperm and the name, complete name is Eucalyptus regnans. Then coming to the last question of today's discussion, it is dispersal of spores in ferns takes place through. In ferns, the spores are produced within the sporangium, and sporangium consists of two structures for the liberation of spores. One is annulus and another is